Next up, at UFC Atlantic City, we have the co-main event of the evening. This is another fight with a good amount of line movement and a lot of back and forth takes. We have Vicente Luque taking on Joaquin Buckley. Vicente Luque, 22-9 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that main event win over Rafael Dos Anjos. He's taking on Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley, 17-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's riding back-to-back wins at his new weight class of welterweight. And the reason this is such an interesting fight is we have Vicente Luque, who people think pretty highly of. A well-rounded guy, very good striker, good accuracy, good power, very slick grappler, snatching up submissions left and right. Look at how he submitted Michael Chiesa in that fight. And now a good offensive wrestler as well. He just took down Rafael Dos Anjos 8 times in a main event fight where people thought Rafael Dos Anjos was going to be the one initiating the grappling exchanges. And the whole conversation was, can Vicente stop the takedowns? Didn't matter. He got 8 of his own and pushed that narrative. So now an even more complete, well-rounded fighter. Lots of finishes, but I wouldn't say an insanely powerful guy. He's just very accurate, very skilled, very well-rounded. Taking on Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley is the holder and probably will forever be the holder of the greatest knockout highlight of all time. I think it was it Impa Kasanganay who he did that to?
And it was the best thing that ever happened to Impa.
Why? Because then he got cut and won $1 million in PFL.
Literally. It's weird. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes in life, it's weird how it works out. You think you take an L and you're feeling bad about it, and then it leads to something else. The dude's won a fucking $1 million because he got knocked out.
Yeah, well, and literally Joaquin Buckley, that is the greatest knockout in the history of time. If you haven't seen it, spend 3 seconds and Google it. It's absolutely insane. And that is honestly Joaquin Buckley in a nutshell before. He was a guy that was just doing wildly athletic and powerful stuff looking for a knockout. He has since gotten a little more controlled. He's not headhunting. He's not only looking for a knockout. Now he's coming forward and he's very comfortable just striking, and he'll find it when he finds it. He's looked better than ever at his new weight class. He looks the same size somehow and seems to have all the cardio in the world. Takedown defense is decent. It's decent. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. But he's got tons of power. Very good striker. Will move forward. This is an insanely hard fight to pick, and the odds show you that. Vicente Luque opened up at a -160, and this is now dead even. I don't know if it's changed in the last couple of hours, but dead even. And I get it. And anybody I talk to, well, Joaquin Buckley could do XYZ. He could knock out Vicente Luque. Jeff Neal knocked out Vicente Luque and gave him a brain bleed. And I imagine Joaquin Buckley hits just as hard, if not harder. While Vicente Luque is more well-rounded. 100% is. Without shadow of a doubt, is more well-rounded. And we've seen Joaquin Buckley get chinned too. Chris Curtis did it to him. This is a razor-thin fight, a great main event. I'm looking forward to it, but I am going to ever so slightly lean Vicente Luque. I think he's just a little bit better everywhere except raw power and speed. He's not going to be faster. And he's not going to have the power, but he's going to be a little more technical. He has kicks, which Buckley doesn't really throw kicks. And now we know he has takedowns. Is he going to be able to get them? I don't know. But I'm going to slightly lean Vicente Luque here. And we'll see if he officially turns into a dog or not. But right now, this is dead even. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I have a personal bias again against it's crazy how open and honest I am when it comes to breaking down fights as far as that stuff. It is against Buckley, and it's not against Buckley as a person, because that dude seems like, I mean, he was awesome. He beat my lock of the week last time, his last fight, Alex Morono, got on the mic, and he's a fun dude that calls out people and has a lot of fun in the octagon. He's definitely improving, but as a fighter, I just don't think he's quite there to be on a level like a Vicente Luque. And yeah, you mentioned Buckley has the power to knock out anybody. I don't think it's translated quite as well as he thought it might down at the lower weight, but I think he's got to use his power, use his craziness, use his athleticism to get in the face of Luque, because if he just sits and tries to play the game he played against Alex Moreno, which he did a great job, and he played on the outside, he was picking apart, and he was outboxing Alex Moreno, he's not going to outbox Vicente Luque. He needs to get in the face of Luque and hope that Luque makes a mistake. Buckley is not Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal is a very good boxer with good power in the pocket, can just stand and box you. If Buckley is standing and boxing Luque, he's going to be in trouble. And Vicente's got decent power as well, and he's got those takedowns. So I'm going Vicente. He's the better fighter. I mean, he just is the better fighter. And if you're just going to pick people because they're live for knockouts, it's a tough way to kind of place bets. You got to pick the better fighter sometimes. I think Vicente is clearly the better fighter, and I don't know if Buck's ready for this step up. I think he's kind of trying to make Vicente make a mistake, and maybe he does, but Vicente's he's good, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I get the love for Buckley in this fight. I 100% get it, and this will just be a fun fight to watch. But on the Luque side, are you confident enough to spend the DraftKings money, which is basically dead even?
I don't know what. I mean, this is such a
Yeah.
nothing would. I don't think anything would really surprise me. Sometimes you have a fight, and it's like I would be it wouldn't surprise me, but I would be extremely impressed if Buckley comes in and smokes Luque. He's definitely a fucking dude if he does that. There's no doubt about that.
I completely agree.
It's a great matchup for him to really catapult himself.
It's by far his toughest test at this weight class, without a shadow of a doubt. Vicente Luque, tried, true, tested. And I am a notorious Luque, I don't want to say hater, but underestimator. I've been screaming that dude is overrated for a long time. I picked Bilal to smoke him, and he did. Like I have been screaming Luque's overrated for a while. But I do think in this matchup, now if Buckley was going to come forward and wrestle, I'd be a little more confident, but I was confident RDA to wrestle, and Luque defended those takedowns, got 8 of his own. So if Luque's last performance looked a little different, I wouldn't be as confident, but those 8 takedowns were impressive. And if he does a little bit of that in here, we haven't seen Buckley pushed at welterweight yet. Yeah, the fight went long with Morono, but he wasn't pushed. It wasn't a high-paced fight. And if Luque tries to work in a few takedowns and stuff and has Joaquin working on levels and trying to worry about striking and grappling, he might get pretty exhausted there.
Sure.
There you go. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top. It's only $10 for an entire month of access to everything. There's no packages here. It's $10. You're going to get the DraftKings Optimizer, the ownership projections, the line movement tracker. You're going to get all of our picks, our bets, our round line leans, the detailed data, metrics, and analytics, and so much more. $10 for 1 month. Oh, we have a couple of super chats. Luis Rodriguez from the last fight said, Loopy is looking into your soul. Verna looks into the future. Verna looks into 2 futures.
Oh, I mean,
thank you very much, Luis.
Fruit,
Angel Tavares knows what's coming. $10 super chat. He says, Angelo, please go easy on my girl Blanchfield. And I will do my best, but I think we established that I am just a bully. Who the hell is he? Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.